So if the Shia community start acting funny, it looks funny on them. It don't look funny on me. Because I got a good, clean record. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. Can you imagine how the foreign ministry looks and how those diplomats look to everybody else that's watching? You mean the whole government and the Zionist move on Imam Musa, y'all don't help? Hey man, that's just imagine, that's how they look. We don't lose nothing. But see, remember, we're still alive. But remember, we made this our leisure. Working for the line of Imam has been a leisure. It's a pleasure. Why? Because that's what we was waiting for. All of us were studying and waiting for Mujaddid and Imam Khomeini type. And he popped up 40 years ahead of time. Well, let's get out the measures and the rules and say, this, you know, this so-and-so, let's see if this fit. This shows height, looks, history. That's him. He fit. This is criteria we already had. He fits the bill. Forget y'all. Right? That's why life is so easy and so much fun for us. That's what we're trying to tell everybody else. It's a different time. If you do this, it may feel a little funny at first. But after a while, a whole new vista is going to open up. But can't nobody do nothing to you. Well, they can kill you if Allah wants you dead. Dear believers, the trend has changed. Look at the system and look at us. Also, look at our forecasting. Not just way back, but closer we get to now. Are we getting looser or are we getting tighter? Are we saying this week, this was happening, Turkey, Afghanistan, and we got 2 over here. Ain't nobody said 2 out of 3. Ain't nobody got 2 out of 3. We talked about the Safavid dynasty, Iran. Uthmaniyya, Turkey. And Mughal dynasty, that was India. This was our great expectation talk, you know, just writing in notes. I can show you the notes, that's what it says. And right now we got Turkey and Iran hugging together. And we got America messing up in Iraq with the Kurds, just making Turkey mad, right? We got Saudi Arabia. Last month was trying to hug Muqtada Sadr. This week they trying to hug the regular government of Iran. They said, you're finished, Qatar. We got 12 points. You got to go with us or you're dead as a doornail. Last month, they still got their feet up, sitting up on the chest. Qatar just reopened the embassy in Iran, and they got Turkish troops. Hey man, are we getting looser or tighter? You got to think about it. Are we getting, now look at the American government, are they getting looser or tighter? Are they getting more sophisticated? Are they getting more skilled? Which way is this going? Right? I mean, think about it. I mean, the things we do, the things we say, how we deal with life, are we getting sharper and better and older and everything else? Or is American government working better? Or is there such a thing? Can the American government make any dumber? Now, you know, if we took a vote on the dumbest president ever, it would have been George. George is brilliant. We should go call him and give him a PhD or honorary brain, something or other. Compared to Don, right? How can you do that? How can you F up every day out of the year? How can you do that? I mean, you have to be, like I was a bad kid, so I was doing something all the time, at least once a week. But how can you F up every day? Right? So, is the government getting more unified? Is it? Are the Republicans, they got the presidency, they got the Senate, they got the Congress. They should be able to make ships float upside down. Right? When was the last time that happened? Probably almost 100 years ago or something. I don't even remember historically. Right? And they can't do nothing. They had a little this, we did this, we did. You ain't did nothing, man. But look like a bunch of damn fools. And here come old Don. The most racist governor that everybody hates in the world. And the most sympathetic senator, John McCain, Vietnam captain, suffered in prison. Yeah, they shut them penitentiaries. Man, they'd have you, they better not have you, and they'd have you in the little bamboo hut sometime where you couldn't stand up. Or just in your regular house. And if you wounded, you just get treated next year or whenever they get ready. He's not a hero because he got captured. Well, when they shoot you down, you can stay in the thing and go down with it, or you can jump out. And if you jump out, everybody's there waiting for you, and you ain't got nothing but a pistol on you, so whatever you want to do, right? And he says, right? And he's a Republican. What do we have to do to the system? Nothing. Right? Keep our mouth shut. Right? Anybody that do anything is messing up. Look, if you think George was a downhill runner, this boy here, he runs downhill naked with nothing but Nikes on. You can't keep up with him. I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but the doggone White House, chaos.
The Maryland Representative Elijah Cummings,
right.
Yeah, he usually don't say nothing about race. But when he pardoned that sheriff, Elijah Cummings said, you pardon the sheriff, you pardon a racist cop? And he don't use that word.
Yeah.
But that's Don, bring it out you, man.
Hey, man. I used to pass, you pass through Arizona every time I went down to Texas and go to California, you go to I-10. So you read the newspapers, if you stop, you watch the news. And I know a few brothers been in the jail there. I've been in jail in Arizona, 7. He put, you remember them stripes they niggas used to wear down there in the chain gang? And he put niggas in tents in 110, 15, 20 degree weather. They should put him away for, talking about cruel and unusual punishment. Living outside in them old surplus army tents, no fans, no air conditioning. In the summer, it's 81 degrees in January and February in Arizona.
Right.
That's the time to go there. It's wonderful. But in the summer, it's 100 on up. A cool day. If they said it's 95 today in Phoenix, you said, boy, the people are wearing coats. They're so cold. 95 degrees. Right? And this, I'm telling you, for anybody that don't believe in Allah and they don't believe in the historical pattern, they don't believe, when the people can't see the Quran alive on the news and in the lives of the people, then they have to go back and learn how to read the Quran. All this stuff is in front of us every day. And that's mainly all I want to do. I'm not going to say anything else. I just want to let everybody know that when we talk about people, and we have to talk about these people in California and other places, we're not talking about it because we're sad or we're mad. We're talking about them because that's our job. That's what we tried to do. We wanted to force them to the surface and show people what they do. And to show people you can survive and thrive. And not only that, you can have fun. You know, we have fun. This ain't nothing but fun. Anybody that don't understand that, I'll move on toward a close. Anybody that don't understand that it's fun to be able to talk to the system as high up as it gets. So who you talking to, sir? To be coming into Dallas and the FBI, one of the guys, and there's three of them, rolling his eyes. Sit up straight. Who you rolling your eyes at? Tell that boy, and then what the other agent says, you are looking a little right. What you talking about? Why can you go there? I said, because they like me. We can't, God said, that's right. They don't like you. They like me. They don't like you. They don't like you. Who wants to like you? Of course ain't nobody. You lucky you get invited to dinner by your mother-in-law and stuff. Don't nobody like you. Snooping in everybody's business, raising their taxes, right? Don't nobody like you. I said they like me.
Locking people up, shooting people.
Yeah, so they like me. You remember the way I was talking to the police out there? That's fun. Nobody can do that and get away with it. They kill you for rolling your eyes. What the police said, and the nigga, I was threatened. He just opened his mouth and I had to kill him because I felt threatened. I ain't Imam Musa, you a bitch. You a little old funny acting bitch. Who you talking to? That's exactly the word you put. That's exactly the word I use. And I'm swelling up like I ain't getting close to him, but I'm huffing. You talking about selling wood tickets? Don't get me up from here, sucker. Who you talking to? Right? This way and worse than that, I was talking more forceful than that. And a big old crew cut wearing Peckerwood, he ain't left a rack. Last week, this guy here got his badge. He's so mad, he done turned red and cooking. And the other, they know they're under the guy, the police. They can't do nothing because the feds have told them what to do. That's all. And I know what the feds have told them. They're going to come by here and play with me. Speak to everybody with me. They've been doing that 50 years ago. That's what happened to Marcus Garvey. Remember, he died, they rose spread, he died in 1940 and died the next day. When he went down to Jamaica, the little kids would follow him, throwing rocks at him, right? When I went to Africa, I'll close with this, and I told one of my friends how much I like Latin America, Colombia. He said they like Mexicans, aren't they? I said, yeah. And he didn't like them. I said, I like them. They treat me well, it's fine. As soon as I got back to Colombia, guess what? The kids are not following me to, you a baseball player, you just know, they teasing me. Yeah, like they teasing me. Why? Because I told the guy, which is a snitch. You gotta remember, anybody that was over there was either a snitch or a great revolutionary. Revolutionaries are far in between. So my best friends, I'm sorry. When I sent some of the lectures here, I got some letters and pictures that says, Imam Musa loved those. They sent me some more. I sent some more and I described issues over there. I don't get any more. I don't get no message. You know why? Because they know that I know who they are. My friends who are there now, who are well known around the world, know that I know who they are. So anyway, this is fun. This is leisure. When you do this stuff for leisure, a lot of time, you do it to poverty. If you don't do it, there ain't no big no difference. You're going to work, and you're still going to be poor. And I'll close with this. I still haven't had a job since 1966. I haven't had a job since 1966. With the federal government doing stuff that breaks everybody within a week or two. The fines, the cases that the government do to me, people, you can't, I studied, I know how I felt. You can't last a little while. They do it all the time. Here we are. They ain't nothing but a bunch of punks. We done outgrew. I'll close with this. We done Star Trek they behind. And we told them what we was going to do. Star Trek, go beyond wherever you're going to go before, right? We have taken the government further and further, and right now we've taken them further and further, right? Because we done already outdistance them. They got to follow us. They are out of their comfort zone. Therefore, they're making mistakes in everything they do. What they did to us before we knew better, put pressure on us and make us rob a bank when we should mind our own business. Make us go sell some dope and everybody know who we are. They make you do stuff when they put pressure on you, right? I don't care whether you're Bonnie and Clyde, who. That's what we do to them. That's why they ain't making nothing but mistakes. Because they're out of their comfort zone. And they're in Ask the government if they're content. If they're content, big dummies as they are, ask the FBI if they're content. And who's getting all the trouble? The ones that did everything? The FBI. Who's done trying to work with? Hey, man, Attorney General, why don't you just look the other way? Right? It ain't us. Them. Those buttholes, right? So when we bring our stuff out next week, week after next, saying they've been doing this all the time. And we ain't gonna hit them with nothing but paperwork. We're not gonna tell anybody, just like what we said today, we do not talk about what we're suspicious of. We only talk about, here's the paperwork. If I say London, here's the whole thing. They turned me around there, they gave me all the paperwork. In the airport, remember, in Reno, not Reno, Vegas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I asked the lady a question, well, you have to be quiet. I said, you must be a fool. Who are you talking to? I'm the customer here. You have to be quiet. I said, show me the silent sign. What are you talking about? I'm the customer. I say, you're taking too long. I'm the customer. You got something, you got to speed up and do right. You got to treat me like I'm a customer. Ring, 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 police. You have to be quiet. What the hell are you doing here? Did you ask them, I'm the customer. Customer's always right. Ask them why they taking so long. What are you doing here talking to me? Telling me silence in the airport. Everybody else is talking. What are you talking about me be silent? Some of the people is hollering, hey, come pick up this, hey, they hollering. Right? So they take me to jail. I kick back in there and I can go. I'm supposed to go to court March 20th. You think I went to court? Absolutely not. You think all them tickets I get? I have never went to court. And they have never arrested me on it. Why? They threw them away after. Because it would show a pattern of harassment. Guess what? I got all of mine. Yeah. And I said, hey, boss man, when y'all stop me here, I got 10 tickets. I ain't paid none of them. I ain't went to court. Why I don't have no warrant? They don't know. Well, it would look like they're harassing me. You learn from history, from all other stuff they did. They erased it. Said, yeah, we ain't ever did nothing to him. He's been arrested 5 times or 6 times in his whole life. Got the bail bond record, 1966, 67, 1967, 68, 69. And I think I have 200-300 arrests and court dates something. Anyway, dear believers, we thank you very much. And are there any questions, any comments about anything that we've said? We don't have no animosity for nobody, but if you've been bothering us, we're going to expose you for your own good. And, you know, that's our job. That's what we wanted to do. And we put out an olive branch before we slap the urine out of somebody. We always put out an olive branch. Okay. Love, 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 love. You remember that thing of the last week? Love, 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 love. Why can't we all just be friends? If they don't, then we have to do what we wanted to do in the first place. So, we thank everybody else for paying attention. One last thing. 2020 vision, it means that by the end of 2020, which is about a little over 3¼ years from now, we want to raise, to do the job we want to do. By then, about $3 million. That's not included now. We're going to be going to court pretty soon. We expect to 10, 20, 30, $40 million. Then they have to give something. If they don't make no difference. Why? Because we're depending on ourselves. Now, we said we're starting with what we have. And we said last week $30,000. Of course, last week we had to pay taxes about $6,000 here. So that's where we're starting from. So you will know above board, that's where we're starting from. And we expect to finish whooping the boss man's behind. Now we're telling you ahead of time so you understand. The last thing is the only reason you haven't joined up because you're still scared of Sam. And you think something might happen. Or you took a job. Do you know the most boring thing you can have besides being in a homeless shelter is a job? I know everybody needs one. But how adventurous is your job? Do you have any adventure? Do you go to movies and think they're adventurous? Or do you go to movies and say blah, blah, blah? Boring, boring, boring. There's nothing compared to true life. Right? That's the way our life is. The movies, the actions are boring and stupid. And I will close on this. Last night, I just rewatched Ken Burns. I watched part of it up to number 4. The Civil War. Anybody ever see that? Ken Burns? You know, Ken Burns made The West.
Jack Johnson.
He made a lot of good stuff. But Civil War, I watched that. The Civil War and the one on World War I, American experience, is the ones that turned me against physical war. You know why? It's the stupidest thing. The Civil War is the one where they lost 673,000 people, some say 650. So the Civil War way passes. In one battle, they might have lost as many as they lost in Vietnam. In Gettysburg, they lost as many as Vietnam and Korea, all of that. The death and the destruction, those mangled bodies, because they just developed photography, you know, in the Civil War, to where it was really functional, and they took pictures of bodies, and they had pictures in newspapers. And I was just thinking last night, I said, man, I'm glad that we use psychological warfare, because the stupidest people in the world are people like Americans trapped in Afghanistan. Remember, they trapped. They can't go anywhere. They're talking all that trash. They can't win. They trapped. They can't do nothing in Afghanistan. And the dumb Taliban and Daesh, them, now them took over 40, they say 40% of the place. It's more probably. They're gonna do this to Pakistan. They can't do nothing to Pakistan. They get screwed up. Because when Pakistan was mad before, they closed down the port of Karachi, and all of America's stuff comes in Karachi and goes all the way up by truck to Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia, them damn fools, they're trying to kiss Iraqis behind. They're trying to be friendly with Iran again. Qatar that withstood all this stuff. They're killing poor Yemenis and got cholera and disease. Not that we want that, but do everybody understand that everything in the world is going in our direction? All our enemies are going down. They're pushing themselves down. They're committing suicide. All we have to do is try to be better Muslims. We don't have to, like the white boy said on the thing, we don't do that type of thing. Anybody that think we about violence is crazy. Now we'll finally close. You can prove it by my administration in Oakland. The richest, the most powerful, the best organized Negro in the city for years, and nobody ever even got beat up. We never even pulled nobody's cheek in all those years. Can you say it about them niggas here that sell dope? They slaughtered each other. Before we came and after we left, it was pandemonium. But while we was there, it was an oasis of tranquility and getting high. The niggas was higher during my administration than ever in history of Oakland. Of course, the whole region. They got better dope for a better price, right? They did, just like here. You're gonna get the best food for free. You can lie all day long and put your plate out and just say, load it up. Thank y'all very much, but help us with that $3 million now before 2020. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.